Myself, ready to talk about tile, work to be done in your home, things you're thinking about doing projects. Great time to learn, ask questions about what's happening in the industry and how to make your houses worth more money, and have a prettier, brighter look to them.
And less water leaking.
Less water leaking. Great, good point, Eric. So we appreciate you guys following us every week. I'm sorry we got a little late start to you guys. Please ask the questions away. We got TikTok and Facebook and Instagram live. And we also got Jovan live over here on Instagram. Hopefully your followers are watching there and getting ready to be a part of what's going on. So we got about 50,000 live people right now watching you. Don't feel any pressure whatsoever. Things like 30,000 just on TikTok. How crazy is that? All over the world. It's amazing. Jovan Walters, a tile specialist. All right, Jovan. So you've been here before. We learned a lot. We got some new things to talk about today. And you know, one of the biggest problems that people have in their homes, they have a project done in their home by a contractor, and maybe a month or two later, you found that you had a leak all of a sudden coming through the ceiling in a kitchen. What is that all about? How does that happen?
Well, from personal experience, you might not catch it right away. When you first buy a home, you know, you do the checks, you run the shower, oh, it's okay. But after cleaning, you put bleach, there's caulk seams that the contractor might say, okay, I want to waterproof the bathroom. I'll just put some caulk, and if it gets through, it might be 6 months, a year, 2, 3, 5 years down the line before it leaks. But when it leaks, your subfloor, you got mold, you have mildew, a lot of bacteria build up, and sometimes you start to see tiles start getting loose, a soap dish might fall off, the grout joints start looking discolored. It's a lot of different things that start happening, especially with mold.
Yes.
Mold are probably one of the first physical signs that you could see with an improper
You're talking about within the bathroom itself?
Within the bathroom itself. Usually in your
shower or floor, or mostly shower.
Mostly shower, wet areas that are constantly wet.
Well, something that wasn't discussed was, I mean, some folks make a huge investment in finishing their basement.
Yes.
You know, and drop ceiling and flooring and painting and all this other stuff, and then they don't take care of the bathroom part, and next thing you know, something goes wrong in the bathroom and your basement is partially messed up.
Yes, I've seen it.
As a matter of fact, Eric, you make a good point on that. Like, it could be a first floor bathroom and then in the basement below.
Yep.
And the biggest thing that happens, especially with kids, that if they have a curtain for the shower, was a curtain on the inside or outside stopping the water from coming out, right? Usually it's on the outside, like, I got a fucking shower curtain inside.
Mm-hmm.
And then you have water that's continuously dripping outside, or people just, in my family, keep telling me, step onto a towel, don't just step on the wet floor, wet, because water finds that creases near the tub, and the water goes down and it goes down and it continues to go down because of the lack of
waterproofing. And that's why I always suggest waterproofing the whole bathroom, not just your shower, not just around your tub, but on the outside of the bathroom too.
So what exactly is waterproofing? Because I'm not sure a lot of people out there know exactly what you mean by waterproofing. So you're doing a bathroom. You do lots of bathrooms and tile work, and what exactly is waterproofing to the homeowner at home who never heard what waterproofing is?
So a waterproofing system,
Yes.
is what we would call them, because there are many different types of systems. I just came back from a Sluter system conference at Mohegan this past week, and their system in particular is a sheeting system where you use thin set, same thing you would use to apply your tile,
Okay.
but you put a sheet, and you put the corners and the edges, and you put it in every corner where there would be any type of water intrusion. And this would be something that protects the vapor, the water, and any moisture from going past that point.
Interesting. More protection, less headaches.
Yes.
The Schluter system.
Yes.
So this is something you're obviously beginning to use now in your jobs you're working on.
Yes, mostly homeowner. I've done it on some commercial jobs, and there are many different systems. This one in particular, to me, it's a lot more homeowner friendly because you could start working the same day.
Oh, wow.
A lot of the other systems you might have to wait a couple of hours a day, two, and then apply another coat. Those are more topical systems that are like paint. You would have to apply a certain amount of coats,
Right.
for it to actually work, and then you have to allow it to cure,
Dry,
which
yeah.
it gives it more time. On a homeowner, you want your bathroom back as quick as possible.
Right. People always ask you, hey, when is this gonna be done? When are you gonna start or when are you gonna finish? And
Yes.
like they wanna pay less and they want to do it fast,
Exactly.
right?
So this would be more of a homeowner friendly, because you could start tiling that same day. You waterproof this bathroom.
Wow. And this product, the Schluter system, depending on whether you're doing the floor in the bathroom or in the shower or in the tub, I'm sure there's different types of ways you do this.
The system is pretty. They put us through a 3-day program to learn the correct ways to do it, but I feel like it's very DIY friendly.
Oh, that's good.
It's something that you can look up on YouTube, and if you have pretty good building skills and you know how to follow directions, I don't think it's something anyone wouldn't be able to do.
Not this guy.
Okay, so sometimes stay
That's
late.
why we call you
Yes, tile
the
specialist,
tile specialist.
because we're certified and trained on these products.
By the way, we want to make sure we have Jovan's contact information, his phone number, and his email address there to make sure the clients out there who are watching today and in the future can get a hold of him to set up projects. And by the way, if you own a business, commercial business, Jovan does a lot of commercial business as well. So if you own a business, a franchise, a restaurant, a building, and you want to get any kind of tile work done, and that means tile work can be lots of different things, from kitchens and bathrooms and showers and
Fireplaces,
patios,
swimming pools.
swimming pools. You know, swimming pools are pretty exciting right now. This is the season for swimming pools to be
Yes.
done. If you have a swimming pool, you're planning on having a swimming pool done on the outside of your house, obviously outside.
Indoor swimming pools.
Could be indoor swimming pool too, right?
Yeah.
True. Not as many.
Listen, I want to do some indoor swimming pools.
But yeah, if you're looking to do a swimming pool, again, Jovan here can make this experience very good.
Easy.
Very easy, most importantly.
Yes.
So you said these are exterior?
These are
Before
interior.
we, let's tell everybody what this is first, so we can show everybody what it
Okay.
is, maybe kind of put it up on the camera for them to see it for a
So
second.
we could just tilt it up this way. I'm gonna try it upside down. But this is some porcelain stone. So porcelain tile are probably some of the hardest surfaces we have out.
Are we using this in showers? Are we using
You
this
could
in
use this
bathrooms? Are we using
anywhere.
this in the kitchen? Are we using this outside?
Anywhere. This is a multi-purpose product. You know, they come in various sizes, come in various shades. This palette in particular is more of a rustic stone look.
Yes.
You know, they have a lot of steel and acid wash and coppers
You
and
got the grays, the browns, the black, a little mixture of both. And I see over there on Eric's side, you got some whites, or letter colors.
White hot and steel geese.
a lot of people would not like. My designer, she does not like this one.
Not her favorite.
Not her favorite because it's considered ugly. It's dirty looking. You could see rust. But what sold me on it, I had a client in particular wanted to do with his fireplace
Okay.
in Shelton. Really $1 million home.
Yeah.
Nice fireplace, 12 feet, 8 feet wide, centerpiece in his living room. And he wanted something that when people walk in his home, it's not like, oh, I seen that white marble, I seen that gray marble.
Or I've seen that fake stone-looking
Yes.
chimney that is like the faux pas stone that looks like it, but it's really not stone. And it's very generic in every home you see.
This guy
Not
had,
that it's bad,
It's
but
not
it's
bad.
just normally, this is a little new and it's a little exciting and this is different.
yes, and he's a New York City project manager, so he sees a lot of different products, and this is something that gives that, oh, I didn't expect to see that in your living room, you know?
Now, is this something that climbs up the side and around the fireplace, the base of the fireplace, up the wall of the fireplace?
This customer in particular did his whole fireplace. And his fireplace, he had high ceilings in his living room. He also did a more gray slate one in his bedroom.
Oh, wow.
So he made a custom TV
Oh, wow.
inside for his fireplace. So it was a lot of work that went into these fireplaces.
You said a fireplace, TV in his fireplace?
Yes, so he put a TV, had a TV cutout
Yeah.
into the fireplace.
Wow.
You know, he did it in his
Oh,
bedroom. And these are electric
yes.
fireplaces.
Oh,
He opted,
yes,
we removed the pellet stove out of his living room
Yeah.
and put, you know, the new electric fireplaces, you know,
I like that.
which are much more,
Lights.
the lights,
Yeah.
the colors, you know, and still gives off heat, but
Yeah.
it's not really using it for the heat. It's more
Right.
for the aesthetics.
Ambiance.
Yes.
I mean, I'll be honest with you, our fireplace at home, I got it from, Jordans in New Haven over there. Those,
Yeah.
You know, they actually blow off some pretty good heat.
Yes.
But putting that kind of thing that you set on the wall, it's a good fireplace, it's decent looking, it's pretty. But putting a stone around it,
This is fire rated. So products like these have rates where you would know if you could put it near fire.
Okay.
This one, porcelain, it's rated
so
for.
not just electric fireplace, but the real deal
Yes.
fireplace.
Yes.
Now you can also do fireplaces outside fireplaces.
Yes, fire pits.
Outdoor fire, yes.
Yes, gas stoves. You know, so that's why I say this is a very versatile product. If you want a design that's very natural looking but also modern, you know, you could find a lot of different shades and variations because it's porcelain.
So you could do a patio with this stone as well.
Yes.
And then around the patio, you could actually have your fire pit area, have this kind of setup with the,
Yes, and you don't have to worry about coal messing this up or anything falling off and burning or scratching your tile. You know, and the weird, this tile in particular, it's a 10 mil thick, which is thick. Business card.
beautiful business card, by the way. If you don't have one, make sure to my copy that's in the office. Oh, right here. It's a very pretty business card. I'm not sure if you can see that or not.
Drop it, you can hear it.
And then there's a backside to it, custom designed by yours truly, Javon Walters.
Yes.
I'm sure that you planned this out quite a bit, making this business card, by the way. Nice.
I
Didn't do this all, no.
I think design comes to me naturally because
Yeah.
of the type of work I do. You know, I have to be able to visualize things before they're together.
Yeah.
I have to be able to put and organize things and know what looks good together
Right.
to be able to do my job correctly.
I definitely, you have to be a visionary.
Yes, and sometimes some people don't. Some people are just good with their hands and that's what they do. But that's why I say I make the step easy from my visionary skills.
So you come to someone's house, they're saying to you, Javon, I want to have some things in my house. You sit down, you have a game plan with them about maybe what they want to do, whether it's a kitchen, a bathroom, maybe it's an outdoor space. And then you kind of give them, they're probably always looking to you for experience, questions, thoughts, or ideas. You ever say, Javon, whatever you think we should do, we're gonna go with it. I mean, like, you know, just give us, because we know we want everything's prettier, nicer, newer, and updated. Is that a very common thing for you to just kind of take it, run with it?
There's some cases, every client is different. I've had clients that came to me with spreadsheets, full with everything, what they wanted, the price, where to find it. Those are sometimes the best clients, because you know what you want, you already have ideas, you already have a price point. That has been my best client. Some clients, they have an idea, but they're not sure the price point of what they want.
You have to know what you want to spend before you begin a project, right?
Yes,
You
at least a ballpark.
You have to, because realistically, you need to know if it's feasible based on what they're looking to do, from the size of the project, so the material they're going to use for the project, right? And of course, the next question is, how quickly can you get it done?
Yes.
Right? Everyone wants it done yesterday when they call you. Can you come tomorrow?
And a lot of those things depend on what product you want.
Right.
Some products take weeks and lead time, and all that pulls up the product, so the project. So if you want to plan a project out, we have to know what do you want to do, what do you want on the project,
Yeah.
and that way we can give you a proper estimate on how long it will take and the cost. A lot of people want to skip all the other process and get a price.
Right.
You
Well,
know.
you gotta know what kind of material you're using first, right?
Yes.
And what kind of project you're doing. Do you have a showroom where people can come to you, when you come to their house with the actual product? How does that work?
It works both ways. Some people don't want to leave the house and they want it easy. If I have an idea what you want, I'll bring sample books like this
Yeah.
right in your living room so you and your wife could see. If you want to send me pictures of your bathroom and you have ideas, I could get a 3D rendering for you and we could have a nice video of what your bathroom would look like. And we could do all this at your home. But if you're somebody that wants to see variety, see a lot of different options, you could come to the showroom that I work out of, AAI Flooring in West Haven. You could sit down and you could see thousands of options.
It's a pretty showroom.
Beautiful showroom.
AAI Flooring. and that is
West
with
Haven.
West Haven, right. I actually follow you a lot now on your social media,
Mhm.
and I see all the AI products that you have over there and what you're using, and it's really cool stuff.
Mhm.
I'll call it the latest and greatest of the materials.
Yes.
And it's exciting because when you're planning a project, you want to make sure what is the newest and greatest thing. What am I going to use? Is it going to look like everybody else's bathroom or kitchen or flooring, or do I want something different? And today, especially when you're making a move to design something new, it's important to kind of really look and see what there is.
Mhm.
It's kind of like people will see things in a home and go, I like that, but maybe I want something a little different, a little spicier,
Yeah.
Let's talk about, so we talked a little about waterproofing over here. What kind of projects are you working on now?
Well, ever since I left you, I've done, in particular, 3 custom fireplaces.
Wow.
2 of them in one home in Shelton, and one of them was a fireplace hearth in West Haven. So just the bottom piece.
Yeah.
It wasn't a big project, but it was the same thing. Customer just wanted something to spice up the living room.
Yeah.
This was a well-used pellet stove. So this
Yeah.
is something that's used on a day-to-day. It gets very dirty.
Yeah.
It's not the cleanest looking fireplace. But they had quarry tile. I'm not sure if you're familiar with
Not
the 6x6
No.
quarry tile, which is a very standard tile in most old homes. You will see it in the basement or
Like 60s and 70s kind of stuff?
it's some stuff you would see a lot.
Okay.
That's
Standard, what they put down?
yeah,
nothing
clay
fancy,
tile,
yeah,
very,
okay.
very, very, very common. So they just wanted to swap that out and they put a nice 12x12 stone porcelain.
It's a good item, it's safe, it's probably cheap,
Yes.
it doesn't have any pizzazz to it, no exciting, but it's just there.
It does have. If you want to go with something with pizzazz that give you a marble look, they have that.
Okay.
So it's a product that's formed to fit your use, and you could find a style that fits what you want for a good price.
So items like we have in front of us, we could use for that.
Yes, we have wood-looking porcelains, where if you want a wood look, but you want something more durable, but it still looks like wood, sometimes you would be surprised how great, depending on what you want to spend.
Interesting.
There's all different types of designs you would be.
I've seen the tiles.
Yes, that look
in
like wood.
kitchens and bathrooms that have the green look to
Yes.
the wood green look to it. Looks really good.
It does look really good.
Looks
Yeah.
almost wood.
Yeah, and then you have to touch it to make sure that it's actually, is that porcelain tile, or is that, what kind of products do you enjoy working with the most? Is that a fair question, or the product that you see that is the new upcoming product, is this what we're looking at right here? Or is there other
What
product?
I could say, what I enjoy working the most with is always something new that the client wants to try out. Things could get redundant fast, when you get in the realm of commercial work sometimes, where you start seeing the same thing over and over.
Well, you're doing in a building, if you did like all these bedrooms, or sorry, bathrooms and kitchens,
Yes.
it's the same thing, it's the exact same look for every unit.
Yeah,
So you're like, okay, boring after a while.
yeah, so the new.
But you enjoy the work.
I enjoy the work
Yeah.
regardless,
But
but
you should
anytime I
change
see
things up.
something that's new, that's funky, that may be a little difficult,
Yeah.
I enjoy as a craftsman, to be able to put things together, mosaics, things that might look a little difficult or takes a lot of time.
Do you like to do, are you doing backsplashes as well?
Backslashes.
So like a
yes.
mosaic type backsplash with different kind of, maybe let's say a different theme based on where you're from, your family's from. You
Floral, there's a lot of floral and geometrical designs
Right.
with there's even artwork, a lot of designers make specialty artwork with their mosaics. It's a very expansive and old market. It's probably one of the oldest trades in the world is mosaic tiles.
Interesting, I didn't know that. But it makes sense, and I think myself, like, my clients they're Greek, they're Italian, they're Spanish, they have these different kind of color patterns and mosaics in their kitchens.
Yes.
And they're very pretty.
Yes.
But it's very personal.
Yes.
And the
Very
good,
cultural.
the good and the bad is, go ahead.
So I was gonna say, I did tile back in the day, back in the 80s, okay? And I can tell you that just, because you have a square here, you turn it into a diamond, and it's a completely different look.
Right.
Yes.
It literally is. you do the whole wall or the whole floor with, as a diamond pattern as opposed to a square, it's complete, and all you're really doing is turning it a quarter of a turn. That's
Right.
it. It's
Geometrics.
crazy how different it is.
Mhm.
Good point, Eric, very good point. And going back into that, you have, again, a lot of kind of what you're doing with fireplaces, bathrooms, backsplashes, and we mentioned what's coming into the summer season, the patios for not kitchens, pools.
Mhm.
And this tile over here, it has some texture to it.
Yes.
So that if you're looking to do an outdoor pool area, right? You know, typically with
Non-slip,
non-slip, right? So what do we do? Concrete, right? It's
stamped
kind of-
concrete.
Stamped
Yeah,
concrete.
stamped concrete.
Which is a very normal thing to use, but maybe you want to inlay that concrete
Mhm.
with a nice, cool design, right? Something that's going to have some pop to it.
Yeah, usually you'll see,
Exactly right.
something like this
Yes.
as even just a trim around
Yes,
the
yes,
outside.
a border,
Like an
yes.
in-ground pool.
Mhm.
Yeah, even that alone just spices it up.
Now, what you guys can't see with this, when you touch this, it's not slippery, it's not slick. It has a shine to it, but not a shine that is like, what's the?
The gloss.
A gloss,
No,
thank
it's
you
not
very
a
much.
gloss.
It's got some texture to it.
Well, so in relation to the pool and this stuff, is it the color, so my concern is like when the sun's beating on it, it doesn't get hot.
That's a great question.
No. Porcelain, of course you'll get some heat.
But it
But
won't be
this-
something where you're gonna,
No.
like the sand and the beach in
No.
Aruba.
Right. That's a very good
Not that I've
question.
ever been to
And
Aruba.
I love that white one over there in the corner, whatever it is you have. I can definitely, and how big do those sheets come? Now we see the smaller pieces.
Yeah, this one in particular has a few different size ranges from 6x24 planks.
Oh, wow.
And then they have 12-inch by 24 tiles, and then they have a 2-foot by 2-foot tile. They also have a bullnose, 6x24-inch bullnose. So they have decent, usual, typical tiles.
So you could do this in like a herringbone type pattern, which would look really
Will
cool.
look really cool.
Yeah,
Yes.
you know herringbone, right?
Yes.
Okay.
So you can use
I
the
think you know your jewelry, right?
6x20. Yeah.
Yeah,
Just a little bit, you know?
yeah.
But I like that idea. It's a very cool idea, especially with the different color. Now, this is just one sample.
This is just one sample. There's, like I said, you come to the showroom, you could be overwhelmed easily with the amount of variety. we have.
This particular product has many more colors.
Yes, this particular product, this is just one palette colorway. I wanted to keep it simple because I try not to overwhelm anyone with product, and I really want to understand what do you like.
Right.
You know.
You've got to go to the showroom. You've got to check it out. You got to get a hold of Jovan Walters over here.
It's cool to the touch.
Yes.
Well, it's probably because the temperature that's in this room is on the cooler side.
No, I know.
Plus
I
it's
just
stone.
don't
And
know.
I said even with direct heat, like I said, this doesn't absorb heat because it's rated to be at a fireplace,
Huh.
so it wouldn't take on that heat. You know.
It's very cool technology. It's completely different than what you're used to. If you have questions out there, and again, if you missed this show, if you watch it later on, I'm not sure anybody's out there has any questions for us on any social media platforms right now. It might be something to come up and think about later on. Again, Jovan Walters, you have his contact information there, you have his email address to set up an appointment with him. And how are there certain hours of the day or time that they should be reaching out to you?
My phone is open 24 hours. I take calls, I
I
take
used to say that
emails.
too, now-
I say you're gonna get me, but I always return phone calls. I'm very, I pay attention to my emails.
Yes.
Pay attention to Instagram, Facebook. I'm very responsive. So I like, sometimes I can't help if you're up 12 o'clock at night thinking about tile. I want you to call me.
Right.
You
You know?
went on Pinterest or you went on some website and all of a sudden
Yeah.
you saw something really cool, you're like, oh my god, I just saw that podcast.
Yeah, shoot
and
me
it's
an
such a
email,
vibe.
shoot me a text message. I love to see
Send you a little
pictures.
design work, what they saw somewhere else, and you have a picture of what they
Yes.
saw, this way they can get you.
When it's fresh, so don't
Yes.
feel free. My line is always open to talk
Awesome.
business.
Awesome, awesome.
But the tile you like is actually called White Hot.
Yeah.
White hot.
It says it right here, white hot.
I like
This
it.
one.
It's very pretty. It looks much prettier in person than it does in the actual book, from a brightness standpoint.
Yes. it
Yeah,
does.
it's got a yellowish.
That's why it's good to have, seeing pictures online, that's another thing. Seeing pictures online, on Pinterest, you gotta go out and actually see
You
the
gotta touch
product.
it, you gotta see it.
Because this one here, as you see, it's a V3, V3 and V4 are moderate to substantial variations. And that's another thing with tiles where clients, you might see a small sample, but if you don't see the variation chart, you might think there's V1, that's no variation. This is a 3, so it's almost moderate to
And the
substantial.
variation in the, I get done question here, is across the touch of it.
No, variation is the design.
The
You see-
design.
You see how we have designs here
Yes.
with browns and
Yes.
grays and dark grays,
Yep.
and it looks very natural. So when you get into variation now, when you start opening up your boxes of tile, you're gonna start seeing them look different.
'Cause they're not all
So
the
they
same.
don't all look
They-
like that.
and
You
that-
won't have that one
They
dark
won't look
spot.
identical because it's a V3, and the more higher rated variation, the more variations you have in your boxes of tile.
Is it hard to match up tile because of the different designs they have in the tiles? You have to match up a certain, like, you know, pattern or something when you're putting it down, or is it?
It's all relative to the design. Some designs have specific patterns that you have to flow with. Some are just for aesthetics, and you could pick out and decide, I don't want to use this one. I had a client, like I said, she wanted something practical, but she also didn't want a certain shade of tile
Yeah,
out of the variations that she had. And it took me having to sit back and lay them all out for her and
Well,
say,
now-
okay, I don't want this one, I want this one, I
Right.
want this one at the front, I want those at the back for cuts.
I can definitely see that.
That looks nice.
Mm-hmm.
Very cool.
That would be like a nice bar or
Yep.
kitchen
Yeah.
area.
Very, very pretty. I think once you see all the
Nice
tile coming,
restaurant.
Yep.
once the tile comes together and you see it in its true
Design.
form as a group of tiles, it has a complete different look. Kind of like when you go to paint a wall with paint. You know, you see a paint on a can or like the swatch, and then until you finally paint the whole wall, and then when light hits the tile,
Yes.
right? It's gonna play a different day and night. It's gonna make a difference as to what the tile looks like as well. Cool pattern.
Way better than just squares.
Yeah,
Right.
and
Right.
all that is just cutting it on a 45. You see how much a 45, even just simple of one cut makes to change the design?
Yeah, but there's a skill involved with that.
Yes.
If you don't cut it right, it's gonna look terrible.
Yes.
For sure.
That's why I have the right tools to do to make that happen.
Jovan Walters, the tile specialist. You definitely want to check him out. You definitely get in touch with him. You're looking to do a project, whether it's commercial or for your home. You know somebody looking to get a project done. This is the guy you want to call. I'm going to read his phone number off his card over here. It's 860-374-8508. Jovan Walters, the tile specialist, jovan@gmail.com, right? Tile specialist, jovan@gmail.com. And you have a website?
No website yet. Still
Not
working on that.
in the
part.
works.
In the
Um,
works.
And a very, very cool business card. I mean, this has got some meat potatoes over here. This is a real deal.
I'm just calling it a tile.
Listen, that's years in the
Business tile.
making.
It's a business tile. I like it. It's very pretty. All right, my friends. We're at the end of our show. We are at the next part of our podcast where we give out a free tumbler. If you'd like to win one, please let us know. Get on that social media platform. Tell us you want a tumbler, and we'll get one for you. So
This blue one is nice, by the way.
it's pretty, right? It's a nice color. I like it, yeah. We need to get more tumblers. We need to do as a matter of fact.
I need to get some tumblers now.
Yeah,
I
it's
need you to design one for him because it's.
maybe a little bit more pizzazz to it.
Yes, I can do that for you. I'm designing tumblers too.
I was gonna say, you know, I can see your tumbler would have like tile with these kind of different patterns to the. They're kind of cool. Tile specialist.
Nice piano, black and white,
Yeah,
you know.
with a different kind of maybe.
Nice blue marble.
Yeah, I like that a lot. That's very cool. And you can even have on the tumbler the different kinds of tile that it is in the patterns you make it, so you can have different kind of I'm sorry, Dave, you hit that a little bit, but I'm sorry.
Computer's frozen.
No winner today.
Okay, we got a wheel.
We got a wheel. There we go.
Making the sound of the wheel.
It's a love wheel of fortune.
Yeah.
They like updated it, like switches colors now.
Tell us who won, Grandma.
Viva El Zol.
Viva El Zol. You are the winner, and we just had Cinco de Mayo, so Viva El Zol, hopefully recovering from Cinco de Mayo. You see that post I put on Facebook?
I did.
9 days ago.
Cinco de Mayo.
I think they're
muchachos.
recovered by now. Or they're dead.
Or the All right, everybody, thank you for joining us again every week. Joe Von Walters, the tile specialist. Please reach out to him. Make sure you go and get a call to him. Get a design, get an idea, get excited. He's gonna make your kitchen, your bathroom, patios, your pools a whole new living space.
And easy
And easy and exciting.
and exciting.
Have a wonderful evening.